Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with KMYR 37. So our last flight, we ended up down here at Myrtle Beach, and in this episode, we're going to go up to our base in Raleigh. About 132 miles, we're going to take 802 pounds of radios up to Raleigh. So let's check out Flight Sim Commander here. Over at Myrtle Beach, you can see the wind coming out of the south. So we're going to take off on runway 18. It's a heading of 177 degrees. And we're going to go to Raleigh. Now I'm going to do something a little different because you can see the wind here. We should be coming on like 23 of the right or left. I'm not going to do that because we have this seem to have this problem with there's like ZRDU. And as far as I can tell, it seems to be on this area. I don't think it really affects us when we're doing cargo jobs, maybe just when we're doing the type ratings, because I had to do it several times and it didn't work until I came over here and I think I landed on 5 left. So that's what I'm going to do this episode. We'll come up here and go around in a pattern and land on 5 left, just because I don't want to fly this thing and land on 23 right and have it say it didn't count. I think we've landed on 23 right before doing jobs and it didn't have a problem. But just in case, I'll do 5 left. Now watch, 5 left will be the problem or something. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Go into the traffic pattern and land on 5 left. Airport elevation is 433 feet. ATIS is 123.80. Let's go ahead and get this thing. I think I just loaded it. Let's go ahead and fly now. Our Stationair, by the way, I watched the 2 episodes ago when we sold the airplane, and I bought the same damn airplane right back. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't even think I noticed it in that episode, but I just realized that I sold the plane and bought the exact same one. I think I did it to get the one with the gauges and didn't do it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Alright, so I've loaded up 132 nautical miles is the distance. I put it up 300 once we have more than twice as much fuel, but it should be okay. And I'll switch this over to a VFR. We'll go up to 7,500 feet, last position because we did land there. Let's go ahead and change this time here. I'll put it at, 12 p.m.? Well, no, that'll make it like 7. So 3 minus 5? So we should be good. What about 10:53? Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane here in Myrtle Beach. By the way, I moved my airline traffic up to 100%. It was way down 20 or 25%. So I moved it up, but still nobody here. Was there somebody? So it's probably like the Twin Otter, the FedEx over there or something, Grand Caravan, whatever it is. If it's even there. So I'm going to bring this up and we'll go ahead and cold and dark. That should turn everything off. By the way, I made a view here for my screens. Watch, but I was forgetting to do that. Alright, so let me find where we're going to be here. Let's go ahead and turn our master switch on. Okay, we're not going to worry about the fuel warnings. Avionics master switch coming on. Let's go ahead and extend our flaps. Static pressure alternate source is off. It's fully pushed in. Alright, so fuel selector valve, we went in both. There we go. And we're not going to test the pitot heat. And so master switch, well, it says master switch goes off. It doesn't say anything about the avionics one. So master switch goes off. Alright, so we'll say all those circuit breakers are pushed in, avionics circuit breakers are pushed in, electrical equipment is all off. Avionics master switch can come off as well. Cowling flaps, we're going to make sure those are open. There we go, cowling flaps are open. Fuel selector valve again in both. I'm going to kick it out because it says that so many times. So we'll go ahead and get this thing started up. Throttle is open 1/4 inch. Prop goes to high RPM. Alright, semester switch coming on. Beacon comes on. So there's our beacon. Mixture is an idle cutoff. The prop area is clear. Auxiliary fuel pump switch coming on. Now, I wish... I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Because it says to check the fuel flow. Unless this one... Okay, so it does actually show that one, so I'll turn that one off. So we'll give it... And there you can see the fuel flow coming up. So I'll go ahead and cut that off. The pump comes off. Now we have to give her a little bit of fuel though. Let's go ahead and get her started up. Advance that to full. Rich. Alright, and now it says get her out to, well, I'm going to put this at 60%. It says it, to move this around 1200 or so RPM, so I'll bring it back. Bring back some more. Go ahead and retract the flaps. Avionics and master radios. We'll go ahead and get this all on. So everything looks good there. Alright, and so we are ready to go over to the runway. So let's go ahead and flip on our taxi light right there. I'm going to go ahead and put on our nav lights as well. Alright. Get over here with my view. There we go. And so let's taxi on over to the runway. So we've got some people coming in here. Perhaps they're coming in. Where is the closest to the runway? I'll go to the right. Get the runway right over there. Yeah, I don't know if those guys are coming in. It looks like one is coming over. Could be lining up. Can't tell if they're coming here or not. Because it is runway 18, so they could be coming straight in. Like I say, man, we haven't had any problem with the Raleigh doing jobs. It's always been on the getting our type rating, but I'm really worried that, you know, we could have a daggone problem. So we gotta land with the wind. I really don't get it. It's the ZRDU, and if you go in to FSX, it does have ZRDU. Probably just because I have Raleigh installed. So I don't know if you don't have that scenery, then it probably doesn't come up. I don't really. It's just very odd. I don't understand. It looks like those guys aren't landing here. Which is just fine for us. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna bring this back. Alright, parking brake coming on. Let me give her just a little more power here. Alright, let's do our before takeoff checklist. Brakes are set. Not gonna worry about the seatbelts or anything. Flight controls, free and correct. Looks good there. Parking brake is off. By the way, you need to hit that. Maybe it wasn't there before because unless because I'd already hit that. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's see here. Altimeter, I'm just going to set it with this button so it's already set. That's good. Transponder coming on. VFR. GPS autopilot. I'm just going to go ahead and set this to our, what was it, 9500? Or 7500. Oh. Alright, there's 7500. Let's check the fuel quantity. That's not the right one, is it? There we go. So the fuel quantity, let me check and see. I have it written down. Looks like it was about 34 gallons or 39, so it should be about 17 each, so that's correct. Auxiliary fuel pump is off. Cowl flaps are open. Fuel selector valve is in both. And we go to 1800 RPM. They're just a little over 1800. So it's getting close to 1900 now, damn it. I'm not going to mess with it because it is touchy. So go ahead. Left was good. Right is good. The drop was okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and cycle the prop. Alright, so vacuum gauge. Let's go over here to this view right here. I'm going to go over to engine and system. We can see the vacuum gauge is in the green. Oil pressure. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature is in the green. Ammeter looks good. Annunciator panel, we don't test that. Throttle coming down. It says to about 1,000 or less, so bring it down. Alright, so flaps coming out to 10. Cowling flaps are open. See, nav GPS is set to... I'm going to hit this because last time it didn't go off the first time. We had to cycle around back to it. So that's good. And we're ready to get on out of here. Let me check one thing, by the way. Let me see this as well. See if that's also takeoff or not. Yeah, it actually does have that. Alright. Little reference. I can't remember what this was. Oh, yeah, nearest airports. Alright, so I'm going to take this over to system. I like it better right there. At least when we take off. Or when we're climbing. And remember, in route climb 30 inches or full, whichever is less, and 2400 RPM. Strobe lights, landing lights, pitot heat. I'm going to go ahead and give people some power. You're in the cockpit. Let's sink down because I got to look out here. Doesn't look like there's anyone coming on the map. We look good. So go ahead and arm this, by the way. It doesn't say to, but I think you are supposed to do that. Make sure the flaps are set. I can never remember. It doesn't also say this. Although, actually it does. You're supposed to do it on the run-up. I should have already had that on, up there on the run-up. My bad. I missed that one. Whoa. I don't know how I cut that so short. I stopped 1 second. I just remembered as I was going up and you set my heading. 177. Come on, thing. Why? I don't know what's jumping around there. 177. Alright, now we're set. See that vehicle just going across there? Alright, full power. Everything looks good. We can go ahead and rotate. I was actually looking at my gauges. I looked down at the speed. After that, I was like, wow, we're going quite quick. Alright, we're already at 95. I'm going to go ahead and retract the flaps. Trimmed it down a little too much there. Also, when I retracted the flaps, there's a little bit of lift. Way. I don't know, does the flight director come on there? Yeah, it does. I don't know if they remodeled that or not. It doesn't really look like it, does it? Kinda. I don't know if those buildings are stuck or not. don't think we've ever checked out the scenery too much. Alright, let's move her down to 30 here. On the power. There's 29.9. Wonder what that puts us at. 73. Yeah, the max is 75. Alright, so 73, it's alright. Nose is coming down. Now we're about to start descending here in a second. And we want to be at about 2400 RPM. It's just under 2400. We go right there. By the way, everything's an extremely dense, it usually is on the air hauler too, especially with smaller planes like this. And not crazy intense scenery. Accidentally moved my throttle there. By the way, if you notice how everything, like, maybe it was like this before, but I noticed this recently when I was making another video. Far off in the distance now, you can't hardly see anything. I can't remember if I might have to look at some of the videos. Sorry, muted my mic there for a second. But see, like how there's nothing there, and when I was making my video, I noticed that, and I was like, I can't remember if it's always been like that or not. Straighten her up here. She's getting a little too much to the left. Not over that line. It says on route 95 to 105, so we can actually bring the nose up if we wanted. I'm gonna see if I can rig rid of that glitch. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm not sure how much it helps me. Autopilot coming on. Let's go ahead and switch this over to nav. Arm it for 7,500, and then we'll switch our vertical speed. Let's see what 800 does there. Like I said, it's actually technically 95 to 105. And we need to go ahead, and I believe we need to lean this. I forgot to lean this down to 20. Yes, 20 gallons per hour. Right now we're at well, fuel flow. Right now we're at 17.1, so I don't know how we can lean it. But it says, yeah, lean it to 20. Flaps are retracted. Let me check this checklist over here. I learned a little bit better how to use this last time. Here we go. Takeoff, I think it is under takeoff. Adjust to 34. What? Hold on. Alright, so I guess that's 34 per hour on the takeoff. I can't remember how to go to the next checklist. Let's just say done on all this. Go to next checklist. Short fuel takeoff, that's not what I want. Clear, I thought that cleared out. Let me see, I can't, here we go. Group takeoff. No, that's not actually what I wanted. Oh, I thought I had it last time. Let me go up here. Here we go. Oh, that's not, oh, I keep doing that. En route. There we go. See, it mixture to 20 gallons per hour. But we're already below that. Okay, you can see the speed's coming down, by the way. See, the TIT is in the green. It's gone back over to its thing. I actually prefer it over here. After a while, it goes back to engine, but I like it right there. And we're going on up to 7,500. There's our 95. So let's go ahead. 95 knots I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and move this down. Whoa, procedures getting blown off by the fan. Move that to 600 feet a minute, see if that helps out. She's coming up a little bit. And then let's see on the cruise. Power will be 75% max. You go 15 to 30 inches and prop 21 to 2,500. So I'll probably do 20. I like to do about mid. So maybe 22 inches. I'll have to see that on the power. And about 2,300 RPM. When we get up. Let me check and see. See, fuel flow is already down to 16.3. We'll lean it up when we get there. But it made it so much easier switching over there because you can actually watch the fuel flow change. And it'll go up as I lean it out, and then it'll get to a point where it actually comes down. And then at a point where it goes back up, so you can actually lean it out a lot better like that. So I kind of like that. Now we're climbing nicely at 101 knots. And let's look at how much time we got. We got 141 nautical miles to go. Well, just over an hour. So it'll be a little bit less than that. Desired track is 012. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. I don't know, can I mess with course at all? No, because I won't be able to see it until I put it in nav. Alright. Well, everything looks good. Got a couple thousand feet to go, so I think I'll just go ahead and speed on up. And we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, we're down to normal speed. We're 3 miles away from the airport. It's right down here below us. I've switched it over to heading, I do believe. Did I switch that to heading? No, I didn't. Now I'm going to switch it over to heading. Headed down to 1,400 feet, which will put us 1,000 above. We're not just sitting as quick as normal, it seems. So let's go ahead and turn to a heading of 054. There she is down below. We're actually a mile out. Maybe I should have turned a little bit sooner. We should have gotten down sooner as well. Although I haven't let off the the power at all, so that's why. There she is, Raleigh, Durham. It looks like we got, well, those are the static UPS planes. I don't see anybody over here parked. There might be one right there, maybe. Where's all the traffic? Here in a second, we'll turn left to 324. I guess that's where the scenery ends, and I guess this is all auto or FTX. All right, we're coming up on 3,000, so I'm going to go ahead and full rich, and now a high RPM. Alright, we can go ahead and turn. We've gone out probably further than we really needed to. 324. There we go, 324. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can get this to 8. It's 123.8, I believe. That's not picking it up. So maybe, I don't know if it's not right in the scenery or what, but I've definitely got it at 123.80. So I'm just going to have to click and reset the altimeter that way. Alright, let's go ahead and make another left turn. This one will be a wait, is it 144? No, it's 234. And we need to be slowed down as well. We go 234, and we'll bring our speed down. Easier to see if we weren't so high up in the seat. I'll move her down for a little bit. That's probably actually more like it. I like being higher up. It helps me see a lot better. We could punch in the ILS. We probably won't really use it. We're not going to go out all that far. But if we wanted to, it'd be 109.10. And we can move that over, 109.10. And we could switch this over to nav. If we want to, we can move the course. I believe it's the outside one. Yeah, heading of the runway is 054. .054. So there's our runway over there. We should be going parallel with it right now. And we're 1,000 above. Everything is good. We won't go too far out. No need to. Our speed's looking a lot better here, just at 115, 116. There's those ground gremlins again. Although I think actually that first one was sometimes scenery does that. It's not really the ground gremlin. The second one was. Duck down here, see the end of our runway. Like I said, we won't go too far out. Let's go ahead. Flaps to 1. By the way, you can bring the flaps out when you're under 140. Hell, I don't think we ever get... We gotta only get to 140 when we're on our descent. It's the only time we can approach 140. That'll help bring our speed down as well. Then we'll turn to 144. Not sure where the threshold for that runway is. As I said, 144. Speed is down to 93. Of course, what is the landing speed? Something like 55 or something, I believe. Let's see if it shows it. Minimum is off. I don't know if not sure if I can find it there. Okay, so it says we're too high, actually. Which is probably true. We are a little high. Autopilot coming off. Let me turn off the yaw damper and everything. That runway's a little closer than I thought. Oh, there's somebody taking off. And our heading is 054. I should have already turned it. Flaps to 2. Reset my views. See how bad we butchered this, because I did end up not coming out quite far enough since we stayed at 1,000 above. Actually, not that bad. I mean, we're obviously high, but it's not like it's insanely bad. Alright, full flaps. Don't get too slow. I'm actually going nose down a little too much. Whoa, we're really floating over to the left. So we ended up getting too low and slow. I should have got on the power a little bit earlier when I noticed at first that we were kind of falling out of the sky a little bit. Because we went... I was going to take that taxiway. I don't know. I'll go on down. Actually, no, let's take this one. Because I ended up working on getting down a little too much. Man, what all those glitches right there. Holy hell. I think my video card may be dying or something. It shouldn't be, though. It's like, what? Just over 3 years old. I hope that's not the problem, or anything dying on my computer, really. Alright, so we'll stop the recording. Let's come down here and turn off strobes. The landing lights, let's lean this out to 60. Open up the cowling flaps. Alright, now we can, hit the mic. I was going to say we can turn off the pitot heat as well. And I guess we'll taxi on down to the left. I didn't want to go all the way down to those UPS planes, because that's kind of a nice little distance down there. It's a nice looking airport. Like even in real life, you know, the glass and everything, I like that look. I'm trying to think of exactly where we can park. See, I don't want to go all the way to those UPS planes. It's kind of far down there. Maybe we'll take a right here and just kind of go over to an open area. I think we're pretty much like past all the jetways, aren't we? Yeah. Let's go over here and like park over there. All by our little lonesomes. But air hauler did recognize us, so that's always good. So it was okay lame. Came kind of hard at the end. Like I said, I should have gotten on the power a little sooner, because I know I had trimmed it so far down we were getting down a little too quick, and yet our speed was dropping because it was off the power as well. So what do you say we just kind of park right here? Parking brake coming on. Let me get my procedures here. And shut down. Throttle goes to idle. Electrical equipment goes to off. There's not really any electrical equipment for us to turn off. Turn that off. Let's see. Avionics master switch going off. I guess you can turn. I don't know how to turn these off. Actually, unless it's nope. That's direct to. I don't know how to turn those off really. All right, so mixture, idle cut off, ignition goes off, master switch off, cowling flaps, we need to close those, fuel sector valve off, and it looks like that's it for us. Always gotta like do it the opposite way of what I should be going. Let's see, air hauler 2. Go ahead and unload our cargo. Now see, that's the problem. Now you can deliver this cargo by road transportation, so we'll still be on time. It won't actually cost us anything because we're not 0 nautical miles from the destination. That's so freaking weird. So we go ahead and unload it. It didn't give us the clapping. Maybe it's not actually delivered yet, because it'll take a second. I didn't actually look at the time. Alright. Let's see. Took off at 4:05, landed at 5:16, took an hour 10 minutes. Took off with 205 pounds of fuel, landed with 117. Max altitude 7,509 feet. Max pitch negative 9.61. Max roll 25.0, max speed 146.8 knots, minimum G's 0.81, minimum G's exceeded 0, max G's exceeded, or max G's 1.94, max G's exceeded 0. Salt false, overspeed false, landing description was okay. Gear down, shoot, land on concrete, no damage to the plane or the ground. The runway came down at 207, that was kind of quick, feet a minute. Landing speed 60 knots, landing pitch negative 5.58, landing roll 0.34, landing heading 57.15, landing wind speed 8, direction 189. So I wonder, I guess it's going to do it itself, deliver it better. Let's see if it doesn't have a time on it, really. I don't even know how to check on that cargo. I'll have to look back at the time to see exactly what, because it said 0 nautical miles, so it's not like it could take very long. But that's an odd thing about this airport with the KRDU. I don't understand. It's the only airport I've ever seen like that. But yeah, up here at Raleigh now. See if I can click on the airport. Oh no, I clicked on it the first time, but then it went off. Here's RDU. Some decent paying jobs. Some of those are heavy. Wow, there's a good paying. Well, that's a lot. I'd have to have Caitlin do that. Maybe Caitlin can do it. Because I probably won't fly for another couple days. But she could go up there. I mean, it's 2 trips, but 30 grand, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Because there's another, that's only 24 grand. It'll still take 2 trips, but it's not near as far. It's 186. Looks like it's right over here. Now, another thing I complain about now, you see everything from Raleigh going out, but there's not much coming in. That's like every daggone job on here, every base. There's a lot going out, but there's not much coming in. It really makes it hard for return flights. And not having many bases and stuff, it's kind of annoying. Alright, well, I don't know what we'll do next. But that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope y'all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.